care of our roads, cemeteries. We have 4 cemeteries in the township, and it's just we have 2 meetings a month, year-round, and I'm currently the president of the Geauga County Township Association. At this time, I want the mayor to stand up and explain a little bit about the village.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Jim Coster. I'm presently the school board president here at Berkshire. This year, this past year, decided to run for mayor. We have 6, council members. The mayor, of course, is the executive head of the village council. My wife is here today. She will be swearing me in. Our job is, again, to work cooperatively with the township, the other communities, and to take, further forward. So it's been a long time for me. I've gone full circle. As Mr. Dvorak indicated, he's a township trustee. I was a township trustee back in the 1970s when the village was still part of the township. The legislature since has changed that. And there was both in Burton Village and the township are separate. I served on council as a member. I've been on the West Geauga School Board, the County Board of Education, and of course the board. So we look forward to having you and students of the district participate in government. And we'll be back later to answer any questions you might have. Mr. Dvorak?
I did invite someone from the election board down to explain the election process. They're not here yet, but I did do something different. The older I get, I try to do different things. I did volunteer to work the election polls this year, and I worked in Middlefield. Usually, all of us are out putting up signs, or shaking hands, or asking for people to vote for us. I wanted to get down and work the election polls process and see how that worked. But at this time, I want to introduce the Honorable Judge Forrest Burt to tell you about his career in Geauga County. Let's give him a round of applause.
Good afternoon. Let's do it again. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. One more time. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. All right, wake up. Let's get something done. It's either me or you're back in class. What's your choice? Mr. Dvorak said, I'm going to tell you about my career. You don't want to hear about my career. You really don't. I'm a judge. What do? A lot of time, I read a whole lot, make decisions, and I love what I do. What most of you think I do is put people in jail, and I do that too. Do I like it? Sometimes. There are some people that really deserve to go to jail. By the time they come to see me, they've had their trial or they decided to plead guilty. They deserve to go to jail. There are a number of people that don't like to put in jail, but I do it anyway because they earned the right. How did they earn the right? They stole something, they did drugs, they committed a sexual offense, they killed somebody. I don't want to ever see any of you come to me for that reason. I'd much rather see you in these types of circumstances. I'm not the juvenile court judge, so I haven't seen any of you in court. Please don't ever come to see me in court unless you want to visit. Sometimes classes do, and that's great. But don't be one of those people that I have to say, didn't I see you in December of 2015 sitting in the bleachers? Now let me tell you something really boring. I graduated from this building. Notice I didn't say I graduated from Berkshire, because when I graduated it wasn't Berkshire, it was Burton. We were not the Badgers, we were the Maple Leafs. Anybody know why they changed the name? Nobody does, I'll tell you why. It was Cardinal. Why did Cardinal make us change the name? Because they drove through town and they had a sign that said the Maple Leafs turned yellow in the fall. We changed the name to the Badgers. We got tired of Cardinal calling us name. It's up to you guys to make Cardinal pay for that. They have to pay for it in football, basketball, baseball, any chance you get. You can be nice to everybody else, but not until we merge. And that's important. I'm going to swear in a number of the officials here. And most of them have taken an oath of office before. As they say the words, they pay close attention to what they're saying. You need to pay attention to what they're saying also, because it's not just a formality. They're going to raise their right hand, in case they remember which one it is. But they're going to raise their right hand and they're going to promise. What they're going to promise me, or Mayor Coster's going to promise his wife, because she's a public official and she gets to swear again and also. But they're going to swear they're going to support the Constitution of the United States. And you've had constitutional studies in your classes, you're going to have it more. It's an important document. It's what tells Americans how we are to be governed. And it also tells us what our freedoms are. And that's important, because when you look at the Constitution and the Bill of Rights, which is part of the Constitution, that tells you what the government is allowed to do and what the government is not allowed to do. They can't take away your freedoms. They can't take away your freedom of speech. They can't take away your freedom of assembly. You get to worship as you wish. And that's important. And these officers are swearing to support that Constitution. They're swearing to support the Constitution of the state of Ohio, very similar to the United States Constitution. It contains the important rights. Not only how the government gets to govern, but what it cannot do. And as you go through life, you will have the opportunity to say, wait, the Constitution says that you cannot do that. And it's important for all of you to know what your rights are and stand up for those rights. And these officials are going to swear that they're going to abide by these constitutions. They are also promising to faithfully discharge their duties. They have a list of jobs they have to do. And they've got to do those. If they don't, one of the things that my job involves is removing people from office. And that doesn't happen often, because most of our public officials, 99.9%, do the right thing. But occasionally there's someone who doesn't, and that person gets removed from office. And they will discharge their duties faithfully. In other words, it's not, most people have other things to do in their lives besides being a trustee or a mayor or a school board member. But they have to spend the time it takes to get the job done. So as you see Mayor Coster sworn in, who also read the he will swear to faithfully discharge his duty. He will support the Constitution. And that's his promise. And then these other officials promise to do so. And it's an important promise, it's a critical promise. And your job is to make sure they keep those promises. So we will start with Mayor Coster and Jan Johnson.
I, James F. Foster, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
and will faithfully, honestly, and impartially discharge
the duties of the office of mayor of the village of Burton in Geauga County, Ohio. Thank you.
And I'm going to ask all of the other people to stand up who are being sworn in. I'm going to do it the whole thing. I will say the whole oath, I'll tell you who to respond, and then you'll say I agree. There's your first test. There's your right hand. See how they all got it. Please say your name. And then hereby solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America, the Constitution of the State of Ohio, and I will faithfully discharge all of the duties incumbent upon me. Please state your office.
to you about the history of the Geauga County Township Association. In Geauga County, there's 16 townships. I consider that the Sweet 16. And the Geauga County Township was founded in 1929. It's affiliation of the Ohio Township Association, the OTA. It represents the following 16 townships: Auburn, Bainbridge, Burton, Sharp, Chester, Blair, Hamden, Huntsburg, Middlefield, Montville, Munson, Newberry, Parkland, Russell, Thompson, and Troy. The OTA is a statewide organization dedicated to promote and preserve township government through lobbying efforts and educational forums. The OTA was founded in 1928 and is organized in 87 counties in Ohio. The association has more than 5,200 active members, made up of trustees and fiscal officers from 1,308 townships. And that's one of the proudest moments I've had with the Geauga County Township Association is that we started Kent State University scholarship program, and the purpose of this is to pick 2 or 3 people from Geauga County that goes to this regional campus. This regional campus is the only university in the county, and we want to support county people to attend it. So it's only 2 years old, we're 65% to our goal. Our goal is to reach $30,000 or more. Once we reach that, we can help 3 people, $500 each, for eternity. And that's a long time. Long after we're gone, the scholarship program will be in effect. The purpose of the Geauga County Township Association is to establish an endowed scholarship to Kent State University campus, recognizing that the cost of higher education can oftentimes prohibit and can lead to long-term financial obligations. The Geauga County Township Association wishes to assist deserving students and provide them with the opportunity to achieve their aspirations and their educational goals. And that's part of what we do, it's part of what we support, but we want to get really behind the scholarship program and support Geauga County people and the only university in Geauga County. In my family history, years ago, my dad was a zoning inspector, and then later on, my brother Dave was a township trustee. So all this local government stuff was talked around the dinner table from time to time. On May 2nd, my dad passed away, and I always read this little poem or speech when we start the Geauga County Township Association. We have a fundraising breakfast every February. But I think all of us here, one of the things my dad said, the most important thing is you can give to someone is your time. And all of us here in the room gives your time up to either an organization or people or cause or purpose. So the journey of our lives is not just about the destinations we have reached. Our wisdom, education, and personal goals come from people we meet, the path we choose to follow, and the lessons we have learned along the way. So that's what a lot of us believe in. And at this time, I'd like to take some questions if the teachers would like to pick out different kids or have any questions about the Burton Village or but first, maybe everybody stand up and introduce themselves and tell them where you're from in your office.
P.J. Kavanaugh, I'm a township trustee in Auburn. Got about 16 years in that office, and was part of the setup committee here with the scholarship program through Geauga County Townships, and besides the township job, that's something I'm along with Jim that if you want to consider the Kent State branch up here in North Building, your parents will appreciate the scholarship efforts for that.
I'm Fred May, I'm the fiscal officer for Auburn Township. I'm the guy that handles the money, I write the checks. So that's what I'm going to do.
Hi, I'm Lisa Hernandez. I'm on the Burton Village Council, and this is my first time serving.
I'm Charles Blair. I'm here in the village, and my first time on village council.
I'm Roger Miller. I'm a former board member at Berkshire High School for 11 years and was just newly elected to Burton Township Trustee.
So we'll any questions? Question?
For Mr. Coster, what do you think are the most important issues facing Burton?
We have a lot of them. Of course, one is always finance. That's one of the issues that we have as council and as mayor will look at. Possible increase in income taxes. We have an aging sewer plant that needs upgrading in the area of $10 to $12 million. We have an older group of people, myself included, we're getting older, and there's different needs there. There's needs with the fire department, EMS. These are issues that we're going to face as a council and face as a community.
Any other questions? Go ahead.
What are some challenges you're going to face?
Well, the challenges always are is cooperation. We're going to have to get together as a team. So as we do with sports teams, we've got to work together for our common goals. I think that's really going to be the biggest challenge. We've got to put our eggs all in one basket and try to look at the needs right now. As we look at mergers, being a part of the school board with Mr. Miller, we brought in the Thompson, Montville areas in the Berkshire district. These are other challenges that, as we look at Kent State, and I was around when Kent State didn't exist, and Mr. B.J. Shanhouse was 88 to start. Now, so many years later, we're at a point where education has changed, laws have changed. Now we've got to put our eggs in one basket, take on some of those challenges, even though they're not going to be.
I have a question for Judge Burt. I'm sure that everybody here is going to have a successful run in office, but you brought up impeachment of local officials. I wonder, would you be able to address that, just maybe the process?
Sure. And at the local level, it's not impeachment, it's removal from office. End result is the same. For a township trustee and for school board members, you do not have a vote to remove them from office. The petition has to be submitted to the Court of Common Pleas. The petition has to claim that the particular official has committed an act of misuse his knowledge, has done something wrong. And if there is sufficient signature, then I would hold a trial. And the trial's not on the jury. But the person who prosecuted and was behind the petition would present evidence. I've been a judge now since year 21. Before that, I was with the prosecutor's office. In Geauga County, we've only had one township trustee removed from office for misconduct. That was in Bay Ridge Township, and he was removed because he told the police chief that he would give him a list of people that if they were ever stopped for traffic stop before any ticket was written, they would call this township trustee. And then he was also selling offices. If you wanted an appointment to the boards, it would help if you get him. On the national level, congressmen can be removed by both of the congressmen, senators, and both of the senators. The president can only be removed by an impeachment action, and that's an act of Congress. We've had, well, I'll ask you guys, how many presidents have been removed from office? One? Sure. Sure. Well, what was his name? Nixon resigned. Andrew Johnson. And actually, he was never removed from office, so I liked him. He became within one vote of me. So we've never had a president actually removed from
Well, the challenges of township trustee and fiscal officers in the township is, for the last 4 or 5 years, our local government money has been cut. We lost revenue from inheritance tax and another avenue from the state government. So every year we're working with less and less money to pay our bills. And to pay the roads, those prices keep going up and up and up. So consequently, there's more levy across the state of Ohio for township government, and we have to reach back to the people, because the state is more or less telling us, if you want good roads or this service or that service, well, then the people that live in the community have to start asking more levies. So in Burton Township, we put 2 levies on in the last, 2 times we put road levies on and they failed. We lost the last one by 7 votes. So we have to not consolidate, but work with neighboring the village, other townships, shared services, and manpower. I sat on a committee 3 or 4 years ago with the county engineers, designed a program for shared services and manpower. The county engineers went for a loan for $450,000 and 11 years interest-free for the state. They purchased 3 pieces of equipment. So the townships on the east side of the county, they can't afford a piece of equipment that costs $200,000 or $300,000, and now run it from the county engineer's office. And it's 60% less than if we went to a rental company. So consequently, in Burton Township, we spent $10,000 renting equipment, and now it's down substantially. So we spent $4,000. So that's the challenges we have in township local government. Any other questions?